Final half hour here of a 3-hour Real Side Radio on a Wednesday night. I'm Dave Sussman, your host and purveyor over at Whiskey Politics, and you can find me daily at America's Voice News from 11 to 1, at America's Voice Live, and Thursdays at 4 p.m. at Whiskey Politics at America's Voice News. And, of course, you can find all of that stuff on YouTube as well if you haven't got America's Voice News yet as well. We talk a lot about California on the show. We talk about the congressional districts in California and whether they're going to go red again in some of these districts. And one such district is the 33rd district, and a U.S. congressional candidate who is not only running against Ted Lieu, but I believe has probably the best shot to beat Ted Lieu, and that is James P. Bradley, NBA. James, welcome to Real Side Radio. How are you, my friend?
Doing great, Dave. Thanks for having me on tonight.
So, okay, we are talking here about, first of all, the state of California is, we got listeners all over the country at 53 stations on the Salem Radio Network and GCN. This primordial Marxist ooze that stems out from the left coast eastward across the country. And people just don't understand how conservatives, first of all, are there conservatives in California? And what the heck is going on in this state? You're running for one of the most, I would say, Ted Lieu is one of the most controversial congressmen in the state of California. Tell us a little bit about the district and what it is that you would like to do by taking that seat.
Well, first off, I want to say I heard our competitor, Ted, he underwent a stent implant today for his heart. And I want to say that our entire campaign wishes him well and a speedy recovery. Regarding the upcoming election, there's a lot of reasons. Mainly, I'm tired of do-nothing politicians like Ted who ignore the Golden State, that once Golden State that we can leave our screen doors open without smelling the fecal matter and walking over bodies and needles. So I want to get back to that, good old Beach Boy days where you can have fun in the sun. Well, let me tell you the State of the Union here. District 33 happens to be the epicenter of the homeless. Right now, it's exploded with the homeless situation, especially Santa Monica and Venice. According to LA Department of Public Health, 1,047 California homeless Americans died on the street in 2018. John and Jane Does. Can you imagine that? We're in the richest zip codes in the entire United States, but yet we look like a third world country. I say it's enough's enough. Our kids, our families can't even walk to school. They have to walk through feces now. And they can't even play in the park that's full of needles.
The geography, the 33rd district, what is that, South Bay?
It's South Bay, yeah. It's all the way from Agoura Hills, Calabasas, along a thin strip along the coast. They call it Silicon Beach.
Yeah.
The median income is about $105,000.
Okay. And Ted Lieu, when I watched this guy on the dais up there at Congress, I remember the whole thing that he had with Candace Owens, right? And he made this, he brought up this, what was it? He showed something on his phone. I forget what the issue was. But, he took a lot of incoming. There seems to be a lot of hate around the country. And so what does the district look like as far as the D-plus number?
Well, it's a PBI index, which means the voter index, I believe it is. On the party voting index, it's a D plus 16, but that's declining. The last reporting period, it was a PBI plus 18.
Okay.
So we're showing hope. We're showing some level of sanity now.
Okay, well, that's good news. It's certainly going in the right direction, and you guys haven't had a primary yet. And then, obviously, how do you think this debacle, this sham, this charade of an impeachment will impact the election for those folks like yourself that are running to take some of these blue districts, turning them red?
Well, I can speak to the swing districts. I think it's going to be a big plus for them. Those three states, Wisconsin and a few others. But California, when they did the last poll, they're really, really favoring the impeachment of our POTUS, duly elected president. I honestly think because of the career corruption here, when I call it the socialist state of California, because we truly are socialists, but they are anyway, not us. There's a very strong conservative element.
Right.
I think we have a really good fighting chance, David. I really do.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things going on right now that I've been working aggressively on. I've been interacting the last 5 months. I haven't been fundraising. I've been just focusing on the local issues, bringing business back, getting rid of the homeless situation. We have to take a very hard approach on the homeless crisis right now. So as far as the chances, I think now with the last 3 years of Ted trolling our president, that's all he's been doing. He's turned his back on the district, and yet here we are, Ted Lieu's California, the homeless crisis of America.
Well, listen, when a lot of our listeners hear D+16, they think, okay, well, that's going to be, more than tough. But I just got to say this because I've gotten to know you, and you were the top Republican in the 2018 California U.S. Senate race. You placed third out of 32 candidates. So you obviously know how to campaign. You know how to be a good candidate. Where can folks find you and help you out?
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, thank you. It's real easy. BradleyCongress.com. That's BRADLEY, Congress.com. And everything's on there. We're going to add more to it as we get more. I'll call it donations contribute. Contribute to the cause. We got to restore California to our.
And unlike the Democrats who are essentially running on an emotional hatred against this president, you seem to be actually running on actual tangible issues. You talk about, in our last 3 minutes here, developing technologies and practices within the healthcare and insurance and fraud protection fields, obviously to save us money in our healthcare costs. Talk a little bit about what you intend to do there if you win this district.
Well, we're wrought with fraud, waste, and abuse in the system, and I have over 30 years in the industry to identify it and come up with solutions. So we're going to address the Obamacare issue. Of course, we have the mandatory mandate out here in California by Gavin Newsom. So I have a good plan to go in and take care of the health care. They do have a good the administration. They have a really good team on point now. But with my experience, I can add to it. I did switch the industries, by the way. I moved from healthcare, or I should say the medical industry, now into digital and social media. So I have some good news coming down the pike here in the next couple of months. We're going to take on YouTube based on the Constitution, free speech, and the protection of our rights, brother. So I'm really kind of mixing it up a bit. I'm loving it. I'm having a great time.
Yeah, I first of all, I mean, that's a whole other issue, and we could do a whole new segment on all of that just alone. Obviously, the censorship, especially of conservative voices right now online, is becoming really, really scary. You and I both have multiple friends and colleagues and associates and acquaintances that have been kicked off of the Tech Titans platform. You're talk about Silicon Beach being there. You're right there in the heart of Google country in Southern California. Is this a fight you think is winnable?
Oh, absolutely. I think we have so much support right now. We're just doing the primary funding stage, and we're looking at, if all goes well, we're going to have it lit up right before the election. So all those conservatives, even progressives that are being deplatformed off of YouTube and Facebook, they're going to have a nice home to come to. Mm-hmm. They're going to be a higher monetization rate, and they won't be censored like they are currently.
Yeah. Everybody check James P. Bradley out. You can find him over at BradleyCongress.com. James, you are also a U.S. Coast Guard veteran, and you were trained in multi-departmental defense campaigns with both the U.S. Navy and the U.S. Air Force. So thank you for your service, James, and we will definitely be following up with you and seeing how things go towards the primary, is in March, right?
Correct, March 3rd.
Yeah. So everybody check James out over at BradleyCongress.com, and I wish you the best of luck, my friend, and I'm sure I'll be seeing you, a lot sooner than March as well. So, folks.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and folks all across the country, Ted Lieu, he's one of those guys like Adam Schiff. just ideologically so far to the left, vehemently opposed to this president and Republicans, and he's really turned, the Democrat majority status in Congress right now into something which I think is going to go down in history as one of the worst chapters, in at least modern history. So thank you for everything you're doing, James, and greatly appreciate it. We'll have you back on again to get an update soon, okay?
Very
and
good.
folks,
Thank you.
I'll be back here to wrap it all up in hour number 3. Dave Sussman here at Real Side Radio. Don't go away.